Greetings once more. Well then, interesting things have happened. Our pirates are on the trail of a metal bird. Well, following a metal bird. Clockwork, to be exact. An interesting device, an old legend. These legends always speak of strange things. Sometimes they're connected. Other times they're separate. But every time they follow a legend, they find something interesting. And a little bit more reputation as the grand pirates they are. Reputation they need in order to build a fleet worthy to fight against their arch-nemesis, Harrigan. So, once again they continue to try to build their legend and seek out a lost workshop of a master of clockwork. Blood Cove is their next stop. So perhaps as we tell and continue this tale, you come, sit down again, drink a little bit more. Blood Cove is the next part of me tale, and it's a doozy of one. Oh, I forgot I had the top over here too. Well, I'm just silly. Hi everybody! I put that up accidentally. I didn't put it back down. I should have. Welcome to Buccaneers of the Shackled Sea. It is a very wonderful Wednesday evening once again. I had to interrupt our heated discussion that probably should have been saved if I could get everybody for discussing tabletop, honestly, because there's a lot of stuff there. Look, you know, it's the tabletop world. We all think about things. Anyway, let's just sit down and enjoy some Pathfinder 1st Edition because it's wonderful and, you know, fun, if not a little complex, and no one has done anything to burn the world down in it. Anyway, Galarian. I mean, there's some people in Galarian that
last part is fundamentally untrue.
The world burns down every other week.
Yeah, I know. I was going to correct myself, but you guys got to it first.
There's literally a fucking adventure path where the world explodes.
Yeah.
And then we get Tui.
Can I set the world on fire?
Isn't Wrath of the Righteous happening right now?
Yeah.
Like, shit, bro.
Well,
like...
Wrath of the Righteous, I think, happens before this.
Oh, yeah. Is it
a year or two before this? Because every Pathfinder adventure path just happens like a year later after the last.
Yeah, well, except this one isn't really world ending. We're just
dealing
with
this one came out
problem.
before the Wrath of the Righteous, so a lot of them actually happen at the same time. It seems like it's really weird.
It's like add like 2000 or something to current year, and that's when the adventure path takes place.
Yeah, it's just a lot of them are just anyway.
Listen, at least the Shackles isn't a world-ending threat. We're just dealing with like a Shackles problem.
It is really just a Shackles problem.
So it feels kind of nice that way, being like a localized issue.
Yeah, honestly, you know?
Like, we're horrible pirates, but like, you know...
The next adventure we're doing is Wrath of the Righteous, right?
Oh,
no,
God, no.
We can play a game for 2 years?
Wait, okay, but imagine... The Dragoon Mythic Path, holy shit.
Jump in front of the nearest bus.
I would be jumping to the stratosphere.
I'm gonna be honest here.
Dragoon. Oh my god.
As much as finishing up Wrath of Righteous, the video game, I really did enjoy the ending of it, honestly. Ascension Path is really nice ending. I like that a lot. Yeah. You know, much better ending than the last one.
Did you save Mom?
Which you remember Aurel? I got the 6 crystals.
Yeah, okay. I mean, there's only one answer. Yes or no. Did you save Mom?
I don't know who Mom is though.
She's Mom. Wait. Did you not pay attention to the game? Huh?
Just like a.
Oh, the one because she's supposed to be. She's supposed to be your mother because the spirit of her daughter's been merged with your soul.
Yes, she's like your mom. Wait, did you?
I'm a halfling and she's a half-demon human. Okay, that's really weird.
All right, take it to Jerry Springer. Calm down.
It's very important for you guys to know that this is nonsense, and I hate it.
This is absolute bullshit. Sorry,
you said that's your mom, and then we were baffled when he said he didn't understand. So I was like, "What did this character announce? It's like I'm your mom." But then he said a sentence that I didn't interpret as English, and then you guys were just like, yeah, you fucking idiot.
I just don't understand. Like that's like the major plot point of the game and getting this.
I'll be honest. I just assumed it was like a kink thing or something.
No, she's like she's literally like your mom.
Oh,
Look,
that's
yeah,
right,
because your
mommy.
soul's merged with the soul of her.
I just forgot
dead
a
daughter.
letter
Yeah,
there.
I didn't think about it because it really only came up at the end for me. Also, I seduced a queen, and she was my like deity waifu until the end of time.
Speaking of mommy.
Darren's best
my.
romance.
Why?
You're not supposed to seduce the queen. You're supposed to seduce the priestess.
Look, she got her halfling
She's
girlfriend,
kind of
so
Right,
Angel
So
Halfling.
anyway,
Rein it in.
we're at Port
Animals.
Peril. We should buy. So everyone, if we want to put in a equal share of cash in to buy a wand of lesser restoration,
How much cash we talking?
that is 375 gold divided by. There's 4 of us here, so I'll just do it that way. That's not even division, so we'll do 5. Can someone take a gold off of Jacub's sheet?
I have access to a sheet. So
Yeah.
Well,
All right.
I unfortunately also.
That's right. That's
I have it too. So everyone subtract 75 gold.
Every
from-
single
Um,
person
well,
subtracts 75 from
so-
Jacob's character.
Hot.
I thought
No,
a
why don't
wand
we
of
just have it
restoration
pay
was a
for
little
the
bit more
whole
expensive
thing?
than that. Not huge, much more expensive, but I thought it was.
Oh,
a little-
375 is for level 2 wand, I believe. Oh, is that level 1 wand? Did I read the wrong
That's
one?
probably the one. Also, I would like to inform you, I have no money because I spent.
Oh, then I will cover your part of it.
Have
okay?
money.
I have
it's
some money.
750 for first level.
Yeah, that's
Wait a
fine.
second. No.
It's 4,500
I-
for a second level, which is what
Right, okay.
lesser restoration
I think.
is.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah, that is
I-
true.
I
So that's
think,
150.
Oh, sorry. I'm thinking the scroll price. That's what it was.
Yeah,
For level 3 spell.
So, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure I had silver and copper pieces. I think the sheet may have deleted my money again.
what? God damn it!
So I guess I'm poor suddenly again.
That's
Because I have no way of knowing how much coinage I had.
Why are
So
your
I'm
sheets
just poor,
so
I'm just
broken?
poor again, I guess.
No,
Never
no.
had that
honestly.
problem.
Why are
No,
your
no,
sheets?
no.
Just
I'm
keep your
just
money
poor
on like a
now.
notepad.
It happens
Keep your
so
money on a
much.
notepad.
It's never happened to me, which is
Look,
crazy.
man, at least it's not like when half of my fucking spell list was randomly deleted.
And replaced
classic.
with the
We love
same
those.
spell.
It's replaced with 3 versions of Burning Hands.
All the game
Okay.
really wants you to burn someone's head.
A spell I had never taken.
Did we want to sell the magical items we aren't using?
What?
Or do we want to give them to allies?
I don't know, there's a lot of useless crap in this thing.
What do we
You have
have?
+2 leather armor, +1 cutlass, +2 chain shirt, +2 short sword.
I would say we can, just for the simplification of, I don't want to math any of this out. I'd say
I can math it all out.
with allies. Make them stronger.
All right, Tantus, I'll leave it to you. We have 4 +2 chain shirts to give the people.
Yeah, you can figure that one
I
out.
can figure that one out. I'll take a look. Is that in?
Yeah.
It's in the bag of holding. I
No,
think, right?
there. It's on the spreadsheet.
Oh god.
God, then I gotta get to the spreadsheet. I'll figure it out.
It's a 1 page.
Fucking
It's not that
Christ.
much
The
work.
fucking
It's less that
spreadsheet
it's
again.
less that I don't mind that. It's more like less than 1 page. It's more that like I have to open up something separately from Roll20.
Yeah, I
I'll have to
know.
worry
It's
about
just-
that later. Then.
Yeah. I'll message you about it later,
Anyways.
Tantus, to get this.
Remind me,
that
because
sort
then
of-
I can remember to do stuff with it.
Yeah,
honestly.
I'll message you at some other point throughout the
Yeah. Okay.
have people get stuff. For the wand, everyone cool with paying 900.
Wait,
I
I
would
thought
be
they-
if I knew how much money I had.
it is much more expensive. Basically, you were buying a level 0 wand.
Yeah,
Yours
yeah.
by
I
level
was thinking
2
about
wand.
level 3. My brain was on level 3 scroll.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was.
It's
Um,
4,500.
look-
It'll
look
be 900 piece.
Okay.
It's a pretty useful item considering
You
it's
said
a wand of
900?
lesser restoration. Yeah, 900.
Okay.
Does Jacub even have 900 on his sheet?
Jacob has like 1,000.
Okay, he could pay for his share.
It's
Uh,
not like he's gonna notice anyways.
I will pay for 2 shares of it.
I would have, but I don't know how much wealth I have.
It's fine.
Well, girls
And-
don't be-
I'll let Erik take it off of Jacob's sheet.
I already did it.
Cool.
How much money? Sorry.
I already took the 900.
900 from you, Erik.
900.
Yep.
Oh, no.
And we have 2 potions of cure disease, so I think we're set on that. We don't have to worry about. I'll be honest, if any curse gets placed on anyone, I think we're gonna really just have to have me cast a spell. Or Jacub cast a spell. Curses have pretty high DCs.
There's a
Yes.
kaiju on the map.
It's my bear,
Oh
guys!
shit, it's emerged from the mountain range to eat Rickety.
It's my bear. The reason why it looks like this is because its true form would be too horrific to see.
I'm just gonna switch. I just want to.
Donkey Bar's gonna fight it.
Conkevar became gigantic in order to fight it. He's basically he's Ultraman.
I'm sitting on its head.
The bear makes an attack at Conkevar. That's the natural 20!
Holy shit.
You should
Okay,
have made that roll.
Honestly, I say we just give it to the bear.
All right.
just
Well,
wins.
Ultraman apparently.
Bruh.
Ultra Conkevar couldn't survive in our atmosphere for more than 30 seconds. It turns out.
Cell, you just stop, Cell. You just stop touching your dice.
What?
You just stop, dude.
Free grab. And a free grab.
Okay.
Like,
I really just brought it out
Yikes.
because I was like, what does this brown bear look like in the summits? And
Oh, I was on
curious.
its head. Now you moved him.
I'm deleting the teddy bear. I wanted to see what the picture was.
oh man,
Sorry, that was just extremely depressing.
it was hilarious.
That was absurd.
Ugh.
That was a low probability chance, guys.
Funniest shit I've ever seen.
We're gonna wish you saved it.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
you heading for Blood Cove then, or?
I have to do something with a dwarf.
Okay, great.
Whoa.
Calm yourself.
I'll carry the wands. That's
I had previously sent a dwarf to go get some information about a
Yes.
certain man's family. I want to talk to that dwarf about that.
Ah, Commander. Good to see you again. I'm back. How was your adventures in good old Port Peril?
Mostly boring. Talk to some old man.
Ah. Well, I had a few interesting conversations.
Do tell.
Well, you asked to know a little bit more about our good old captain and his family. Aye. Well, he has a sister in town.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that we kind of were aware of. But I found a few things out about Yaalkol's old man.
Mm-hmm.
Not a nice fella. Probably one of the worst fellas you'd ever find.
Oh, that's not good.
No. Pirate through and through. But isn't considered a free captain. Well, because there's no code of piracy that man would follow. Harrigan, at least, understands what it means to be a free captain, even if he's filled with betrayal and darkness in his soul. He plays the system, at least mostly. We're talking someone that doesn't do that sort of thing.
It's bad news.
Aye. Good news is, man hasn't been seen in these waters for a number of years. Rumors, maybe he's dead. Maybe he found better grounds outside the shackles. No one knows for sure.
Okay, well, no way to track him down then easily.
No. But, well, there is a possibility of one thing. esteemed captain, well, as you know as I do, obviously got some sort of, dragon blood in him. Aye?
Looks like it, at least.
Well, turns out the sister never told Yaalkol, and I managed to convince her to share some stuff to share with you. Didn't know the right time. Turns out, their great-grandparent is still in the shackles.
Oh. Do we know where?
From what I heard. Last was seen somewhere in the, Shinawa Islands. That is the, Tianian Islands. Old blood dragon. Likes to hide amongst mortals.
Interesting.
No one knows sure how old it is.
Which islands did you say?
Ishinawa.
Ushinawa?
Ishinawa, yeah.
Right over
Oh,
here,
over
right,
here,
right
okay.
there below.
I was looking right at it. Okay.
Is
Well.
it somewhere in this isle? Do they specify?
Unfortunately, from what I could
I'm
tell,
not there, sorry.
Yeah, you're not
Yeah.
here, Myste. You're on a ship somewhere.
I happen to be very interested.
last seen a number of years ago in Zeebo. That was the track down.
Okay. Well, there's a place to start.
It's a little bit of an odd thing, too. Well, from what I've heard, the dragon is a very odd one. It's spawn vary, and it's been known to travel and occasionally have children with lesser races. No one knows for what purpose. Yaalkol's blood travels through it. But the rumor is, it has been known to take both forms and have partners of various kinds and shapes.
Well, that's certainly interesting.
Aye. In amongst shape changers, even then, normally, from my knowledge, most have a preference. You know, if you want to be man or woman or something in between, it's your choice. Usually they stick with it. Not many switch back and forth so readily.
Well, I think the captain would be interested to hear about this.
Anyway, the dragon's name is Shinir, the Quiet. At least that's the title amongst dragons. Mortal names, I can't tell you.
Well, the name is a start. I can see if I can convince the captain to go to port there.
Aye. That's the thing, though. It seems very different. Captain, you got, kind of, yellowish gold scales.
Yeah.
From what I've heard, just the basic rumors about this one. Doesn't act like a normal gold.
What kind of rumors have you heard?
Nothing cruel and wicked. This thing doesn't seem to be any harbinger of all that is good and lawful, like many of its brethren are.
Mm-hmm.
Seems to have plans of its own. I don't know where they're coming from. I couldn't find enough about it when I looked into it. Information's old, scarce. Perhaps that's why Yakul's father turned out the way he does. The blood's not so pure as many of other kind.
Perhaps that's why Yaalkol turned out the way he is. It's a bit of a simple one.
Then again, I've not met many of those with dragon blood in their veins.
No, nor have I.
Don't know how it really affects them.
Well, I think we could get more information at Zibo.
If we can find someone else, or someplace else, there might be more information. But I fear like, even here in Port Peril, this information isn't much that's been in shackles. At least not old information.
Right. Well, I thank you for getting this information to me.
Ah. Oh. I'm going to pause for a second because I could not remember.
Mm-hmm.
Erik, do you have a name for your father's character? 'Cause if not, I've got one.
Hold. I put it somewhere. It doesn't matter. I don't have it on quick recall. So go ahead, use your name.
Okay, because that's why I just thought about it. Like I thought, I can't remember if you gave me a name.
I sent something like literally at the very beginning of this game, so I don't even know where it is. So don't worry. It literally just was like an outline and a name. I probably used a name generator for because all the names I use are name generator names, including Yaalkol.
Okay. I have to spell this like. Terog of the Blackened Scales is his father. The Dread Pirate. Terog.
Dread Pirate Terog. Does that name mean anything to me?
You could do a local check.
Local? Okay.
It's very difficult, though. Again.
I've got brain power, maybe. Yeah. That's 34.
34 is pretty good.
No.
Okay, so the name is familiar. It's you don't know a lot about this character, honestly. You just assumed they were another half dragon, you know, because half dragons are rare, but they're not super rare that you couldn't have heard another one. Connecting that with Yaalkol, well, that makes sense a little bit now too. You know the character is known for the Blackened Scales because at one point in time, his entire he was thought to be slain when he was lit on fire and burned with a magical fire that seemed to get beyond the resistances his kind would have to flames as a half dragon.
I was about to think, like, isn't he a red dragon?
Gold.
Or gold?
Gold blood. So it was some kind of magical fire that went even beyond that. Scarred him all over. Known for effectively hasn't been known in these parts for a number of years, honestly. So that's information that's pretty accurate. But basically was opposed to the Pirate Council and the series and the system of free captains in the Shackles, and believed in a lot more violent and bloodthirsty form of piracy. Seemed to be at the forefront of a group about 2 decades ago that attempted a basically coup against the current group. Failed. One of the few survivors and was powerful enough to not be in a position that unfortunately, because of the nature of the Shackles pirates, even with what happened, they could not mount enough an attack to go against him, basically.
Okay.
But lost all controlled territory in the Shackles as a result of that, and became is thought to have somewhere to the south towards the Mwangi Expanse to have some kind of base down there, far to the south. But that was just a rumor that went around.
Okay.
Honestly, wherever Terog is located, unknown. But yes, hasn't been in the Shackles in some time. And was basically it's as chaotic evil as you can get.
Nice.
Yeah.
Classic.
You know, great father to have someone of a great upbringing.
Well.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So with this information,
Yeah.
I will approach... Do I want to just talk to Yaalkol, or do I want to bring someone who can comprehend words into this? I should probably include Revia.
I can translate into Yaalkol.
Yeah, I should probably include Revia, because Myste doesn't speak Yaalkol.
I have a notebook that helps translate.
Yeah, you both have your notebooks, so you can, help each other out.
Well, it's for me to help Yaalkol out, okay? I'm a function member of society.
That's true, you do function. Yeah, I'll try, I guess I'll meet with you two about this.
So are you meeting with Revia and me?
Yeah.
Or are you meeting with Revia first?
With Revia and you, we'll do this at the
Okay.
same time, because Myste doesn't like to have multiple conversations at the same time.
You walk into the captain's quarters with me
what's the scene here?
going over the journal of Yaalkol, preparing him for his future talks. He'll have to at least form a single paragraph next time we're at the council meeting. So I'm working with him to get that done.
I think that I can kind of get my point across without
You need like 4 sentences, not a half of one.
I say a lot of sentences.
No, you say a lot of incomplete sentences.
Both things can be true.
No, it's not a sentence if it's not complete.
That's your opinion.
That's how grammar works.
No, that's what you. I debated you. That's what debate is. You told me I can disagree with you on things, and that's debating. I just debated with you. Ha!
Okay.
Right, 1, 2.
Okay. Refer to page 1.
Somebody give me a whiskey. I just want
Refer
to
to page
debate.
1, Yaalkol. I haven't written down. Page 1 says, if you don't like the rules, you're wrong, I am right. Okay? That's page 1.
I don't like this rule. I've read a number. You can tell page 1 has been taped back in several times as I've worked it out in protest.
At this point, it's like a wooden piece of stone.
He's just wrote it on the front cover, actually, of the binding.
Yeah,
It's like magically enchanted binding that he got, so I can't rip it off anymore. Like a child. so I say.
But I'm proud of you
Misty's
for debating me.
Misty's here. It's a reason to stop. I close the book. Misty,
Am I interrupting something?
please no.
You seem to be doing very well.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. I certainly feel less unaware of things happening around me, which I'm not entirely sure I like. So,
Oh.
what's up?
Is that self-awareness?
I have I know what I listen.
I'm joking, Yaalkol, okay?
What's up, Misty?
Right. So I have something for you. Some information. I've been digging around town for it with me and Harscav.
We kind of have a lot going on. What's up?
I wasn't sure if I wanted to bring this to you immediately or wait, but we may know your father. We know your father's name, at least. And we know you still have a grandfather in the Shackles.
Where's he at?
Yaalkol. Yaalkol will just sit in stone silence and stare at you, a 1,000-yard stare. He has no expression on.
When this topic comes up? Just normal? Is he having a stroke?
Oh no, this is when he's in deep thought and he's unsure of what he should be thinking about. So he's going through like the 6 processes of his brain to figure out what emotion he should feel, and it could take anywhere from like 30 seconds to 10 minutes.
You should really get him that headband.
He likes the charisma one.
Well, you can get him one of both.
Yeah, but that's really expensive, and I'm kind of saving up one for myself so I could like navigate better.
Fair enough.
Yaalkol will then, after like 30 seconds, he'll sort of like look a little confused, and then he grabs something and he'll throw it really hard at the wall. And when it like hit and like bounces off, whether or not it breaks, he says, "You did this without telling me."
Yes, I did.
Fair enough. What'd you find out?
Well, your father his name is Terog the Blackened Skills.
Doesn't mean anything to me.
He's not a very good person. Tried to overthrow the Hurricane King.
The current
Failed.
one?
Yes, the current one, Bone Fist.
I mean that's fair.
I mean, everyone kind of wants to do it. He's a piece of shit.
Okay. All right. Then
We don't know
What
where he
happened?
is.
he fucked up apparently.
He's not been seen here in a very long time. There are rumors of one of his companions to the south near the Mwangi Expanse. Just rumors, nothing more. But we do have something that might interest you more. And Misty will kind of walk up and like point to you. You have maps on this desk, I assume?
Yeah.
He just is like,
There's lots of maps.
She will point to the Isles.
Ushinawa.
The
Ushinawa.
Ushinawa Isles.
Yeah.
Your
Oh,
grandfather
it's-
has been seen
Wait,
here.
that's-
He may have moved, but he has been seen there.
grandfather.
Yes.
Like my dad's dad?
Your dad's father. Yes.
Yeah.
The father of your father.
I got grandparents that live here in Port Peril. It's a common
Uh,
thing.
I think a question, Tantus. Did you say great grandfather, by the way? Did I mishear that earlier?
Grandfather or great grandfather?
Doesn't matter.
I mean, no,
don't
not
think it
really.
matters.
No,
It's
not really.
dragon,
I
I
was just
don't think
curious.
it
No one
matters.
kept track.
You know what? Let's just have it grandfather. It's more
Sounds
interesting
good.
that way.
It's a holy
Also
dragon
because of like
with,
I have there is a relationship between the dragon and your father, so that makes it easier rather than like a double
Yeah.
generation apart.
Sounds
It doesn't
good.
really matter. Both
I
would still
I
work.
wasn't sure if I misheard
Look,
earlier.
when we're
Apologies.
dealing with an extremely horny gold dragon, nomenclature doesn't matter that much.
So,
Also, I'm going to tell you, in dragon form, your grandfather's your grandmother.
That, you know what? Fair enough, right? Hey.
complicated feelings like this.
But you don't know that yet. Because
Well,
Sorry, yeah, so I don't know that. So I will say,
there'll
look
be
at,
complicated feelings when you meet the dragon
Oh.
itself.
well,
but you said grandfather. I don't know
I
if
said
you
grandfather.
know that. Yeah, so
Yes.
I would say my grandfather. Like, so what are they? They're like me.
well, a little more complicated than like you.
are they?
They're a dragon.
Holy shit!
What does that mean?
What type of dragon?
Gold. Obviously.
Well, that's kind of. Isn't that kind of scary for us?
No, he's not like
They're
other
like about
gold.
law
He's
and-
not like that. He's more
Oh.
like us, presumably.
Sounds sick then.
Yes. But
Is he
your
violent?
grandfather, I don't know. These are old rumors.
Probably.
Yes, we should prepare protections.
I'm sorry. I just I don't know that guy thing. I don't know him, but if the family line says anything, probably violent.
Checks out. Tarog was quite violent. Didn't care for any pirate code either.
Listen, this is my stuff, and I don't want to bog us down in this when we get important stuff going on. But I would like to check that out. So,
On the way to one of our destinations.
I draw like a line from the Blood Cove to the Ushina Isles. Well, if you see, we gotta go past them to get to the tower that has a sword that we want to take, just because we hate the werewolf dude.
I do really want to take that because I do really hate that guy. All right.
Good choice, Captain. Pat, pat, pat.
What the hell? This was a moment.
But I got some family issues too. You know.
I patched the holes.
I need you to promise me something.
Me mother, she was a prostitute in Chelix. Me father, killer of many a man.
Yes,
Got in trouble with the law, executed, sold into slavery as a babe, ended up in the Inquisitors.
Okay.
You're in fine company with
true.
having horrible relatives.
I feel like you're gonna be there when I die, and I need you to know that will haunt me.
How long do your people live, Yaalkol?
I don't know. My dad hasn't died yet, so that long?
We don't know if your father's alive or not.
Well, he might not be dead yet. So as long as he lived is the longest I know we live. Actually, my sister and brother are technically older than me, but no, then still my dad would be the oldest one out of all of us.
Yes, your father would likely be the oldest. That's how parentage works.
Strange that.
Do you think I could teach Grinner to ring a bell when the dwarf enters the room?
You also may have a lot more family, and I mean a lot more family.
What do you mean?
Dragon fucked?
Your grandfather gets around.
Shit.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
You got
Okay.
a bunch of half-siblings out there.
Well, I'm just hoping they're not like my dad. Well, anyways, let's deal with that.
I call out to set sail or leaving Port Barrel.
Aye, Captain.
Before we leave,
I thought you left already. Why did you? What is wrong with him?
He left now.
He just does this.
It's an invasion of my
It's
privacy.
very useful when trying to get information.
But my privacy. And then we set sail.
Okay,
Blood Cove.
to Blood Cove. So, I'm guessing you're switching to the merchant flag as you approach Blood
Most
Cove.
likely a good idea, yeah.
Yep.
All
We
right.
don't have the flag of, the bones and crossbones and shit.
Bones and cross.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what that flag is supposed to called.
We got. Listen, do we have to take the Besmara's bones off the front of a ship too?
No, that's probably fine. I mean, we could take that off, but our steering wheel is still covered in skulls, so...
Yeah, that was the joke. She says we got the
No.
skeletal anchor.
We have a
Besmara-
lot... There are way too many pieces of our ship that are made out of other people's bones.
But they're really useful.
It's like really... It's not... It's bad optics. I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah, but we don't care about optics. We're pirates.
Except when you're going into a port that you do care about.
Okay, but that's why we don't have the pirate flag out.
They were just freaks. It's fine.
So Blood Cove, a pleasant place which, as I said, is currently at odds with the Shackles for becoming basically independent. Though, honestly, it's kind of weird because the entire place was technically founded by criminals and pirates. So, it's just their connection with the people that were bribing the Shackles, having broken. means less bribe money for the Shackles, meaning more hostilities and, well, you know.
Yeah, we like our bribe money.
Yeah.
We've only recently started getting it, so suddenly we care.
Yeah. Certainly, there is a huge criminal element within Blood Cove.
Naturally. Place called Blood Cove.
We're all criminals here, okay? If anything, it makes sense criminals are fighting other criminals in terms of what's happening. It all adds up.
So, the ruler of Blood Cove is the Grand Admiralty of the Fevered Sea. The current one is Harthwick Barzoni. Basically, from amongst the original families of the pirate settlers of Blood Cove, one is elected for life then, from amongst them. It sounds like a powerful position, but it's kind of just making sure, like, the militia and all the forces are in control, and, like, none of the crime gets in the way from the trade, which happens to be a lot of smuggling.
Fair.
Yeah,
the people are smuggling through Blood Cove, basically, to various places. So, makes sense that, like, you've basically got, like, a crime overlord controlling the lesser criminals and making sure that they don't... they keep everything in line. You know, everything is... No one's screwing over somebody so badly that it will cause an issue. Everybody has to work together in this situation that they are in. So, as a merchant ship, certainly, you can come into Blood Cove fairly easily. It is a small city, right on the... and it's built into and around the roots of and trunks of gargantuan mangrove trees along the Mwangi coast. So basically, like, think like redwood trees, except they're like mangroves. And so they're built here on the coast, and basically the city's built in amongst that. And they've got a bunch of boardwalks, scaffolding, and stuff all around it. And basically the river coming into this area, it gets its name because the water around here is very red from the various minerals and dirts and stuff. Yeah. So, you can find docks very easily. And, honestly, a shady-looking man will kind of approach your boat, kind of like a squirrely-looking human man, kind of be like, "Welcome to Blood Cove! How long will your ship be staying? Is there any kind of business you need to declare?"
Myste, what are we here for again? We're looking for the other part of the...
Shut up.
Chill.
What were his questions?
How long will we be staying?
What were his questions?
What kind of business do you have here?
Mm-hmm.
You've got a high sense motive. Obviously, he wants to know, like, what is your pretend real business?
Yes,
You know.
Pretend real business. Well, I make a number of alchemical goods and wish to sell them.
Interesting. Well, we have plenty of people in town that be interested in alchemical goods. Is this your ship?
Yes.
Oh. Well, for a salesperson such as yourself, we can recompense a small fee to keep in the docks. Perhaps gold a day? Perception.
That is more than acceptable.
Excellent. And if you need some help with your business, please be sure to ask the local constabulary and government officials of Blood Cove would always be lovely to help you.
Of course.
Alright.
Yeah.
Thank God he's gone.
You really need to learn what to say to people who are criminals.
Yeah.
I understood what he was asking. I just forgot why.
He put you on the spot. I get it.
No, it just he kind of seemed annoying, and I don't really deal with annoying people well.
All right. Fair enough. I understand. I really do.
That's hurtful.
Well, I typically shoot annoying people. I haven't shot any of you yet.
I could feel it.
I don't know if you shooting me would be 100% effective, but honestly, I kind of want to try sometime.
We can arrange that.
Yaalkol, no.
Maybe after everything with Arrogant all done. I should probably be at my tip top game until we're done
You
there.
could actually help me test my latest firearms.
So,
I'd probably survive them all.
So, we're here for the Clockwork, right?
Yes, we're here to get
Yes.
information.
I was trying to remember what thing we were doing at this point.
So the last time the ship was spotted was in this bay?
The bird was here.
Yeah, the
right?
bird was
Bird
here.
was
We're
here.
following the bird.
Yes, we're following the bird.
Bird gave
We've been
information
given the bird.
about directions it came from, basically, and
Yes.
it passed through here.
Alright,
So-
so you're looking for somebody who saw where the bird was coming from, probably?
Well, the bird gave information about where it came from.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
Do we have a recap?
What was
Yeah,
the bird's riddle?
Oh boy, I don't know if I've got my exact words written down because I'm an
hold on one
idiot.
second.
Because I, like a
don't think
genius, didn't write it down. Because I solved it, and then, I naturally figured it would never come up again.
Yes, the first part, I forgot where I wrote that down.
It was like
It
something
doesn't look
about,
like I wrote it down, which I usually do.
It was like something about a coast of snakes and a cove of blood.
Yes, those were the last
Yeah.
kind of two.
Those are the last two.
Mentioned a jungle.
Mentioned a jungle,
A lake of fire.
lake of fire.
Lake of fire.
That might not have the phrase I made, but I'll use that now. Can't remember
I
my
think
exact
that
phrase.
is the phrase you used.
Yeah.
You either said lake of fire or burning lake.
Yeah. Both are similar and different the same way, but
Yes,
gives
they're-
the same idea across.
Similar wording, different concepts.
Okay. So, Slytherin Coast is obviously the snake. The blood,
It's obviously
whatever,
the
is
cove of
blood
blood.
here.
Mhm.
And then a lake of fire.
This is probably the jungle.
Yeah, that's the
Hot
jungle.
take.
Is there a
Well, you're
volcano?
next to the Malongi Expanse. There's
Yeah.
lots of
The
jungle.
Malongi Expanse is mostly
Yeah, yeah.
jungle.
Well, the question is, where is like a volcano? If it's a lake of fire?
That's what we should be asking about.
Well, good thing I'm really good at asking things.
Just don't show them any money.
Show me the money.
Yep, I just never offer to pay
Don't
people
offer anyone
for
any
immersion.
money first.
They get horribly offended at you.
They get very sassy. Yeah.
I will attempt a gather information check.
Okay. Go
I
ahead.
can assist you if you like.
I will not assist you because I can only intimidate people and get information.
So what are we what are we trying to gather specifically? So Tantus knows. We're trying to gather about
Information on some kind of lake of fire nearby.
yeah.
Or in this region.
Yeah, if that's if we have all the other parts. That's like the last thing. So we're looking for something about
Yeah.
any nearby volcanoes, maybe I don't know, deep underground shafts that have lava. Like is it like
Also,
mine? You know what I mean?
This guy crashed on. Forgive me if I'm misremembering the legend, right? Was it an island specifically that this guy was trapped on when he died
Yes.
horrifically? So we can narrow it down even further.
Because this map goes farther south
Yeah.
that I don't have
Yeah.
here, and there
There's a
are
big-
lots of islands still.
Yeah.
So we're looking for an island with a volcano or a lake of fire, which is likely a volcano, unless we think it's like a magical lake of fire.
Could also
So
be
that's
a thing.
what. Yeah. So we'll ask for both. A volcano or magical lake of fire. Either
Okay.
works.
Yeah.
Jesse can roll to assist.
Yeah.
I don't even have to
Oh.
roll.
Okay, so
Okay.
automatic plus 2. Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll add that in then. At plus 25.
Ooh, a 41 is a really good check.
That's like so I had gods impressed or something.
Yeah. If anyone knows my reputation, +1 on that.
Mm-hmm.
Which they honestly might at this point. I'm pretty.
Bloodcove's pretty out there, and they're kind of disconnected from the shackles as of recently, so I don't think they know about you.
Well, I don't think there's really a big difference between 41 and 42.
Yeah.
No.
I'll be real.
40 is like the highest you typically set.
Certainly, like, if you're talking volcanoes, people, like, initially, you're gonna get, like, oh, like, you know, even in the uplands, you know, above you, there's, like, a number of volcanic places still there. There's a number of mountain ranges that have volcanoes. But when you, like, mention an island, well, yeah, there's some volcanic islands that have been around. They occasionally dot places, but none that, you know, really screamed Lake of Fire. You know, they like people be like, oh, there's that volcano, but it hasn't been active for years, you know, on this island there or something. But then you are kind of, like, looking around in one of the local bars, kind of asking around, and an older gentleman will kind of go to you like, what do you mean you're looking for a lake of fire?
We are following the trail of a riddle, and it leads to a lake of fire.
Huh. Sit down. Buy me a drink. I might be able to help you.
What's your preferred drink?
Something hard.
I pay for something nice.
Okay. He'll kind of
Spend,
like
like,
take a
2 gold
step
on it.
back and kind of be like,
I get him a bottle or whatever for 2 gold.
I once saw a lake of fire. Long time ago. I was on a boat. Bunch of us. Sailors. Back in the old days. Not a pirate vessel, mind you. Plenty of those around here. Just a merchant one. Do a little bit of shady stuff out of town here. But still. Was good people. I was still a boy. Fresh-faced. Hadn't even got my first beard hair. Real one, at least. We got too close to a place. The Boiling Isles. Named that because it's got a bunch of, well, the sea almost boils around it. Nearly on fire. Got an active volcano straight in the center of it. Probably why. Something about it just causes the seas to just boil up around it. Well, we happened to run into a storm off the side of it. We crashed. That place was not hospitable to man nor beast. There were things there. Hunted us. I could not begin to describe it. But I also will remember when we tried to hide. We were driven to the mountain. A massive lake of fire in the caldera of the volcano. There was a man with us there. Strange one. Had been aboard our ship. Helped us out. Was able to put together something left from our boat. Get us out of there. Stayed on that isle. Don't know whatever happened to him. Tinkerer that one was. Out of the 30 of us that survived the crash, 4 of us survived. 1 stayed on that isle. I wouldn't go back there. That's the only place I've ever heard of that has a lake of lava. A burning lake.
Well, I think that's where I'm gonna be heading. Can you give directions on its whereabouts?
got a map?
Yeah.
He'll point out on a map. It's probably few days travel to the south along the coastline. A ways off of shore. In a like an area that's a bunch of like islands that are not necessarily like super close together, but kind of like a little like kind of like area of islands. Most of them volcanoes are down there. A lot of dangerous isles. Strange fellows pirate those waters nowadays. Guess I should warn you of them too.
I think me and my crew will be fine.
All right. But I would worry about the fire folk then.
Are the creatures, are they made of fire?
Don't think so. Well, maybe. I don't know much about their kinds. Seen a few of them here and there before, but never really so many in one place as they're supposed to be at. Fire people. What's
Do
they
they
called?
attack with fire?
A freak.
I think it's the genie kid or something?
A frit.
It's the fire ones.
Yeah, I know what they are.
Yeah.
My character probably
Yeah.
does.
Seen a couple of them around the area here. Not many. But I know they
Yeah,
got a
water
big old
genie.
pirate gang to the south. Says they summon forth minions in their boat from the plane of fire itself. Which is kind of strange. I don't know how you get a boat from a plane of fire. But that's the rumor about it.
I mean, it's probably hospitable somewhere, right? Are there any of those Ifrits in town that I can go talk to?
Got me. I've seen them before, but I don't know any personally.
All right. Well, thanks for the information. I put a platinum piece down on the table in front of. I walk out.
Okay.
And I will report to the group.
Yeah. You have a location that seems accurate. Though the waters around the island are known for boiling. Basically, there's a lot of volcanic vents that just make the water superheated around it.
Well, it should be fine for the most part.
We do have a magical ship.
Yeah.
Magical
They
like
don't have
this
to
so far.
Auto magic.
Well, the hull is magical.
Is it? I think it's
Yeah,
just
we have a
reinforced.
magical treated hull.
No, we don't. It was too expensive.
Oh, well, whatever.
If you catch a fish, would it be already cooked?
Probably not, because
Fish probably don't live around there. The ones that do are like conditions to like the thermal vents. Fish live in the bottom of the ocean.
I was making a joke.
Economy also, there could also be like a portal to the plane of fire under the water there, which is really weird. So there could be like
That
literally
sounds
firefish or something there.
Based.
I
Our
don't
hull
think
is we have a wood-plated hull and a sturdy hull, so it should mostly be fine.
It's probably not going to be great for your ship, but as long as you're not there for too long.
It'll be quick in and out. All right, I
Depends
guess
on how hot the water is. Is the thing, right?
Yeah, it could start warping the wood.
Because if it's just boiling, we could stay there for a little bit.
Yeah.
If it's actually on fire, that's a problem.
We could just tell the ship to drop us off, and then they'll like sail off, and then they'll come back to pick us up.
Can someone like send a signal to them to tell them?
I can prepare a sending spell.
Okay.
Magic, bitch. No.
True.
But, I will. So in preparation for this, I'm gonna have to prepare spells that something like communal protection from energy and communal resistance from energy. Some classic abjurations.
You don't need that.
I'm
That
just
would
checking what spell.
be appreciative. I would not want my feather to catch on fire.
True.
That's a level 3 and a level 4 spell for me, and sending's level 4. Okay. Cutting myself a little thin on my level 4 spells. That's mostly fine.
You'll survive.
Communal protection. And then I'll take sending, and then my level 3 spells. This one's a little rough.
Maybe anything cold. Yeah, like cold damage wise.
I'm a cleric. I don't really have
Oh, yeah.
damaging spells, my friend.
Never mind. Yeah, right,
Yeah.
right.
Well, I could make a unholy or holy ice weapon. I don't have the unholy one, and I have the holy one. But it's just like kind of not worth it.
Yeah.
It's just like 1 point of cold damage, I think,
Who wants
or 1 point per caster level.
Well, we
Nah.
Actually,
ourselves?
that's not
Oh, wait,
bad.
1 point per caster level's not bad.
Yeah, 10 points.
Because something fire related might take double from that.
Yeah.
20? Ooh, shit. It wouldn't be keen though, so my crit chance would be lower. You have to
True.
consider it.
This is the only way you crit.
I crit on 15s even without it because it'd be a rape.
Yep.
That's an interesting one.
What is
What?
your crit range normally?
Well, it's 15.
Oh, okay. So yeah,
Uh, yeah.
wouldn't it stay the same then?
No, Tantus just lets improved critical and keen stack because he's insane.
I
right.
do.
But,
Crazy, man.
Gotcha.
Bad.
My weapon's keen
Bad
and I have
power.
improved critical.
Look,
Okay,
I don't make anything, so I just gave stuff that I was given as a player, and I'm nice to players that I give the same thing.
Yeah.
Even
No,
though
I have,
technically it
I have a
shouldn't.
keen weapon. My crit range is a 15 too. So
I have a gun.
Crit range
Don't you have
matters
improved
less.
critical for Swashbuckler?
yeah.
Your Swashbuckler weapon training gives you keen or improved critical. We can talk about it after break.
Yeah, I have that. That's why I have
Oh,
And
because
I-
your weapon's a 17 or 18 to 19 or 19 to 20. That's
yeah, because I'm using a dueling sword.
yeah, that makes sense. All right, I will prepare, I guess, my ice weapon, and maybe it'll be cool. Who knows? Instead of hold person, because
Maybe.
that doesn't come up very often. Okay, so the last question I'll ask the party while I prepare it: do we want a dispel magic, a invisibility purge, or a communal delay poison? Which one should I get rid of for the communal resistance of energy?
I think the delay poison probably
Yeah.
is not going to come up.
We're going on a jungle.
So I will tell you, the Boiling Isles is
Yeah.
a number of islands. You are told that you're going to this island, Ango Ronwa. It is the largest of the isles. That is the one that has it, because it is a number of volcanoes that are clustered together that are like this. So that is the largest island with the largest volcano, and that is why it is the Boiling Isles, because it is a small region of boiling seas and like large amounts of volcanic activity.
Okay.
Just to note.
Alright, well-
So yes, you could still drop off, but it would be a little bit more time in an area because you have to travel through an area to where you're going, and then it's not like one island you're dropping off at.
Yeah. Well, I guess from our knowledge of sailing and our profession, do we think how big of a problem is this boiling one?
This
Well-
is more a carpenter problem rather
Yeah.
than.
Well, we don't have any at the moment because they're
you do
gone.
have an expert
Oh,
carpenter.
we do.
do have a
Like
carpenter.
level 3 expert, I think, is what we decided.
Yes, who is like the current assistant, who's now the
So-
current carpenter. I'm gonna roll this d20. Hey, they rolled pretty
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
They're gonna be honest. Depends on how long you stick in the area. If you're not
I
there
mean,
very
we-
long, we should be okay. But like, exposure is going to start causing effects, simping into the wood. Our wood is treated to prevent a lot of this stuff, but unfortunately, the boiling, depending on how hot it is, it could have an effect on our treatment too, and start seeping in or warping some of our wood. It's not good.
Before we leave the port, we could always see if we could hire someone more trained, better trained.
I mean, we can.
if you're worried
I mean,
about that.
I don't think the carpenter can do anything to help the ship while it's boiling.
Yeah,
No.
that doesn't make a difference. They're like, I can
Well, all right.
nail some stuff shut if there's a leak.
Yeah, but like anyone could do that, right?
Yeah.
That's
know.
not the carpenter's job. The carpenter's job is like more
Weird. We're certainly not going to find anyone with a higher sailing to hire than our current sailing nerd.
Yeah. That's a tough one, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, also I was going to say, depending on how much it radiates above the water, you do have you could cast water walk again, but
Yeah, but that doesn't. I mean, I don't think we want to. Despite me joking about it, I don't think we want to run and
No.
trust we can make it to the islands.
yeah.
You know what we can do? We can sloop in and drag it up onto the shore. And then sloop out.
Yeah, hopefully the sloop will.
It'll hold long enough for us to go. I can sail us pretty quick.
Okay.
So. Yeah. Do we want to just?
Your carpenter will recommend, if you are going to use the sloop, he would recommend probably bringing some materials to some emergency repairs. Because even if you're very quick at it, again, exposure, depending on the heat, could have a very dramatic effect on things
That's
like
what I
the
was worried
water.
Lucky
like,
for us.
the natural like the waterproofing that's the wood's been treated with. Honestly, could be like affected by the heat.
Lucky for us, we have 19 charges of Magebane.
Yeah, but if the wood
Yes.
if the wood bends,
Magebane would bend, or
would
that
it
would,
bend?
it would fix it. It unbreaks things.
It does.
Yeah, but it's not technically broken if it just bent the wood or something, would it?
like
We can
I'm
bring,
gonna tell you,
we
like
can bring planks of wood too, right?
Yeah.
it's also like maybe like some like actual like chemicals like that are used to help waterproof
Yeah,
a ship. Like I think that's
I
a
would
recommended.
say-
Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
since you're
I'd say
dragging on
caulking-
shore, some like stuff
Yeah.
that you could like like
Yeah, I mean, we bring whatever we need. I'm sure
Yeah.
we have plenty. Of
I had him roll a
stuff.
19. That's enough to give you like this is the stuff
Yeah.
you'll need.
I'm-
You
yeah,
can do some
I'm-
emergency repairs. If you're dragging on shore, it should be fine. You're just gonna have to make sure to get there safely and stuff like that.
Yeah. All right. Because we don't really want to risk damaging the ship.
No.
So.
Yeah.
All right.
Anything else before you depart for Angarona? In the largest island, the Boiling Isles.
No, I have all my spells prepared,
Right.
which is a constant problem for me.
Mm.
A lot of spells.
Then we'll take our break. Because this is a perfect place to do before we get into the next part. Then. So if you need a snack, drink, bathroom break, go ahead and do them, and we'll be back in a little bit.
It's just
Got some
simple.
low rolls out too.
Pretty easy way to do that, yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, that's the best way I could think of doing it. Because I don't
Yeah.
need to roll anything.
Anyway, welcome back. So, you're setting sail for the Boiling Isles.
Yep.
Again, it's a few days away to the south along the you're going to certainly be along the Mwangi Expanse, its coast. Are you doing anything in particular to avoid the pirates that are known to pirate in the area?
Do we want to pirate them back?
No, that feels rude. Also, like a problem we just don't want to deal with, honestly.
Because they're not Shackled pirates. They're just pirates that are probably in this area.
Is it?
We
Is
do
it?
need plunder though.
But is it worth bothering?
No, I'll just avoid them. And if they try to chase us, I'll just outsail them.
Well, you do not encounter them on the way there, at very least.
Okay.
So certainly, you can tell that you are approaching a volcanic area with the bellowing smoke in the distance that seems to kind of bellow into the sky here. The mixed clouds does allow certainly some light through. It's not like bellowing so much smoke that it completely blots out the sun, giving enough for probably whatever strange life grows on these islands. But there is this nice kind of bellow of general smoke coming out at a decent rate from approximately a half a dozen volcanic areas. The water itself seems to have strange steam coming from it in various places. And honestly, even at a distance of a few miles away, you can already tell the area is hotter. Like, you can feel the air around you is already a little hotter in this area, just naturally emanating as you're approaching.
I'm gonna hang out in the crow's nest and keep an eye out and let them know if there's any like big pockets of steam that they need to avoid.
Okay. Certainly. You can avoid the major vents and keep relatively safe that way from the major dangers of steam vents. But fortunately, there doesn't seem to be a lot of vent activity this far away from the islands. There's a little bit, so probably some vents that go out this far, this distance, but certainly not enough to cause any major effects on the ocean, like the cluster of it that seems to be around the isles. The volcanic vents around the isles are very clustered, and therefore, hence why it's kind of boiling oceans. While there's a few that kind of spread out farther away, but, avoiding them, probably not a bad idea, honestly, just a little extra damage. You can get to a distance where you can kind of feel like it's probably best your ship doesn't get any closer.
All right. We deploy the sloop.
All right. Certainly. There really isn't any checks you have to roll, I'm going to be honest. You have a really good bonus, and the waters here, as hot and terrible as they are, don't really have an effect on your ability to sail. That really doesn't do anything to it. On the other hand, I will need fortitude saves from anybody on your boat, because the air in here is unbearably hot.
So I will actually, because we have it, so I'm going to use it, but I don't use it very often. We have the Staff of Journeys, which does have Endure elements.
Oh.
I would be fine in the heat.
You're the only one that's fine, because you have resistance to fire, meaning that you can deal with extreme heats pretty well.
The rest of us have, from the Staff of Journeys, has Endure elements castings.
Okay. And that'll last 24 hours.
Yeah, I'll ping it just so it's in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool.
So we're comfortable in 140 degrees Fahrenheit.
That was really good, because honestly, it was going to get awful when you got to the island. Because it is around 140 on the island, naturally.
We're comfortable.
Yeah.
Do we still need to roll fortitude checks?
You will not, because of the Endure elements. You're fine.
Yay!
We're unlikely to get hotter than what we're currently at.
Yes,
Yeah.
I will tell you, just because of the nature, it's not contained. It can heat the air, but like above 140 is really difficult, even with like you're in a hot jungly territory to begin with. The volcanic and the boiling stuff, it can increase the temperature. It still disperses into the atmosphere a good amount.
Yeah.
You can find your way to the largest isle. Honestly speaking, it is noticeable. And Rona, I'm going to continue to try to mispronounce the name, of course, is massive in comparison to the other isles, about twice the size. The volcano is bigger, but it isn't as tall as a lot of the volcanoes, and you can tell that there. It actually almost seems like it flattens out, and it has this kind of like just kind of almost haze of smoke coming off the top of it. The jungles around it are thick and tall, unusually tall. The plants here, as much as they are exposed to this heat, thrive in a strange kind of way. They grow to probably 3 or 4 times the height of most jungle palms you've seen on the Shackled Isles. They are massive in comparison.
Neat.
Granted, something like the gigantic mangroves that Bloodcrove is built into is much more dwarving, but those are an exception to the rule. Those kind of grow along that area of the Mwangi coast. Most tropical islands you've been to, you get, 20, 30 foot tall trees at most. Yeah, these are dwarving that at, at least 100 feet tall. And they still seem very tropical. This is like a jungle you'd see on a continent rather than on an island, almost. The shores here are, in fact, kind of pristine. If it wasn't for the massive and burning water temperature, which I will tell you, probably Yaalkol's the one that wants to get you out of. Yaalkol, you probably are the one that wants to drag the boat onto shore, because when you put your feet into the water, you can tell, you're resistant to fire. You still want to know when something is dangerous and burns, and is hot. It's sort of like you can tell. This water is dangerously hot.
I would relay that.
Yeah, so most likely, the others don't want to get out of the boat to help pull it to shore, because it would probably cause scalding damage to them.
Oof.
But can I go and pull it to shore?
Sure. You have a lot of strength, and honestly, again, these are very pristine beaches. If it wasn't for the water temperature, this place would look really nice. Like, if you removed the temperature aspect, it's a really nice tropical beach here.
Our vacation.
Does somebody own this island?
You are outside the shackles, so it's unknown.
Yeah.
Yaalkol has thoughts. As he swims into the water that only he can wade into.
Yeah, as the boat's coming to shore, you like drop into like waist deep, and you can like feel the heat on you, and like you pull the boat ashore. Certainly, a lot of
being in a hot tub. Probably.
Yeah, well, that's what the rest of you are feeling like. You feel the heat and steam from the water around here. It is very much so like you're in like a sauna or a hot tub.
We're having a schwitz.
This sucks.
As I pull the boat to shore, just kind of shake myself off and say, "Actually, kind of nice."
Oh, we could all be so lucky.
The other thing that
I would not recommend any of you fall in.
The other thing you'll notice is there's a lot of life here. Like the water is with all the heat, the water is still relatively clear away from the fence. There are strange fish here living in these waters. You will easily notice them, Yaalkol, because again, these are like away from the vents, pristine and crystal clear waters. You can hear birds in the jungle.
They're firebirds.
Phoenixes.
Well, they're not birds at all.
A phoenix would be scary. They would hate us. So, as a note, I can cast Communal Resist Energy twice today.
Mm-hmm.
And it will last between the four of us 20 minutes each, roughly speaking.
Okay. Well,
So we need to strategically use that.
yes.
I have protection once. That'll also be 20 minutes each, roughly speaking.
Can all of you give me perception checks?
Perception.
Aye.
Slammo.
I love it not being a class skill anymore.
So, Misty,
Can't see shit.
you are the one that's going to notice there's something in the jungle. It's not particularly close to you, but it's very big. And it seems to be watching you. When I mean very big, probably 50 feet tall.
May I see
Rex!
the far glass?
Chester has it.
I look at it with the far glass so I get a better look at its face.
You have
and such.
dungeoneering.
I think I do. I do have dungeoneering.
So it's not a T-Rex.
Mm-hmm.
I can roll it for you. It's not great, but it's a 16.
I will permit a local because there was a local story that you might recognize this thing from because of it.
Okay. That's better.
The creature itself, just by looking at it, you don't recognize it. But there's some details about it that reminds you of an old story you heard from Blood Code from a number of years ago. Something called a froghemoth.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, what?
Huh?
Beg your pardon?
The creature is watching, but not approaching. It hasn't seemed to make much of a movement either. Like, most of its movements seem to match with, the rustling of the brushes from the ocean breeze that does come in.
Right. Okay, guys, you're going to think I'm insane. I'm going to preface this by saying...
No way.
Right, so, I'm just gonna say it. There's no way around it. We are being watched by something called a froghemoth.
If it was anyone else, I would think you're joking.
That's a pretty cool thing to
Giant
It's
frog?
Yes, it's just watching us. How tall did
Is
you
it
say
dangerous?
I'm going to be
50 feet
honest.
tall.
It seems bigger than your average froghemoth, but you don't know that.
Your average
It's-
frog even?
Yeah, just the
They're just
average
average
frog.
ones.
Even.
It's
This
it's,
is an
it's like
average
50
one.
feet tall.
This one specifically is like 50 feet tall.
Yeah,
Holy.
Are they fire creatures?
not normally. Normally they're huge.
This thing
Is
about
Colossus.
50 feet tall. So we may want to just avoid it.
We could kill it.
No.
A normal one you might be able to. I will tell you.
This thing will
you are
just
the
step on
CR.
you and kill you.
Unlike.
I
Fine.
give
we
you the
won't.
starglass and point at it.
Size doesn't matter. Remember the plant that ate me? We killed that one.
This is much bigger than that plant.
It can eat all of us as an appetizer.
In one bite.
Size schmize. We won't fight it unless it comes to it.
I really should look you up a picture of a froghemoth now, but
It's...
I don't think I need to.
What do
right
they
now.
look? I'm gonna
They
look.
do not look pleasant.
No,
Oh,
they
what
do
the
not.
fuck is this thing, dude?
Mhm.
They have tentacle arms?
This is like a thing from like.
They are an
Ew.
aberration.
Oh, that's horrifying.
What the fuck? Well, Jacob's got something new to turn Yaalkol into.
Are they intelligent?
I can figure that out. Let me just do this here. I'll just do this. It's the wrong map, but people should be able to see it. That's what a froghemoth looks like! Yay!
Shocked that I've
Oh.
finally seen a Pathfinder monster I've literally
I don't
never
think you
seen
moved us to
before.
another map, but okay.
I didn't move you to another map. I
Oh,
basically
Jack
opened...
gets to see a picture of
I
a
opened up a
monster.
picture in another window rather than having to save it, upload it here, and do it.
Gotcha.
And I just opened that image separately and went to a different
Gotcha.
tab, switched that,
Yeah.
switched it off, flipped off. Yeah.
It is very weird looking.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll probably just avoid that.
I'm gonna keep an eye on it.
It's as you're kind of securing the ship, you'll notice it seems to be moving slowly closer.
Okay, does it seem hostile?
Sense motive.
Okay.
It might be a little harder, but you can read the creature's actions.
Damn it.
You don't know creatures very much, unfortunately. This is something that's very alien to you. But
I fucking say so. It's a 50-foot tall frog.
yeah, but honestly, it's not acting like maybe a direct attack, but it does seem interested in you, and it doesn't mean it couldn't turn hostile. It does seem to be trying to be stealthy. It's not very stealthy,
No,
but it is a little bit.
when you're
It's
50
hard
foot,
to be. Yeah.
when you're 50 foot tall,
Yeah,
Honestly,
that's like negative 16.
honestly,
to
I will
stealth.
tell you.
Wait, base.
yeah, negative 16. It was stealthier than you would think.
yeah.
You know,
Um,
even with its penalty, it seemed pretty good at hiding in this area.
so I will actually pull the bird out,
Mhm.
because we do need this thing to guide us.
Hmm?
Right. So this thing is approaching us closer, but it's just watching still.
Do we want to cast a resistance from energy just in
I
case?
don't know if we should do anything that could seem hostile.
I'd wait, especially since it only lasts 20 minutes and we have several islands we have to check.
I don't know.
Well,
if
it's
these
on this
things
island.
Speak.
Right, but I'm saying we have other islands we also have to look at possibly. So
No, this is the island it's on.
We know it's on
Oh,
this island.
oh no, but I'm saying we might need it for one of the other islands.
But no, but what do you mean?
We're not going to any other islands.
You're not going to any other islands.
Oh, I thought we were. Okay.
No.
No. It's this is the island you know that the crash land was. It sounds like that old man was a boy on the crew that crashed with the clockmaker. You know, because the old man was old, but he wasn't like ancient. Remember, the old man you met was like the young apprentice of the thing, so probably would have been around like maybe even a little older than this one. That guy,
Right.
his master left, became a pirate, probably was in the same boat as the man you saw there, and basically he stayed behind on this island and had the 3 other survivors get away.
Right.
Um,
Okay.
seems to be the story.
I'm sorry. For some reason, I thought we had the island hop.
No, unfortunately, you do not. But it gets pretty uncomfortably close for a moment, and it seems to be kind of sitting there. And now all of you can certainly see it as this strange creature, kind of like this drooling mouth. You'll actually see very closely now why it was kind of hard to see. Its skin almost ripples chameleon-like in the jungle.
Ooh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Like it was like you were able to notice it just because it's like face and mouth a little bit, but now like at the edge of it you can kind of see a little bit. But all of a sudden, like as it kind of like has its mouth open for a stalk, it like, kind of quickly closes its mouth as there'll be a rumbling. As you'll see its eye kind of perk up. It's got that kind of like those eyes, like kind of like all the stalk ones. They kind of perk up. There's a number rumbling for a second.
Like volcanic rumbling?
You're not sure.
Something. There's always a bigger fish, guys.
It gets fucking ate by like the fuck, dude. We just
The island is actually alive.
The island's one big mimic.
It's gonna start moving back into the jungle.
Oh. Alright. I'm gonna take a look around for anything else.
Yeah, I'm gonna perceive too.
Thrum!
What the hell was that?
Like,
Hi.
you'll notice that the water and the waves are acting strange, too.
Good lord.
I cast resistance from fire on us.
That seems like a great idea.
Actually, I cast
Chester,
Yeah, I cast resistance from fire
something
on us.
very big is moving through the water towards the shore.
Something's coming from the water and it's big.
Think we should move?
Probably. I'm taking a few steps back.
Yeah, I'm gonna take some steps back.
Alright,
I'm gonna have my rifle at the ready.
something bigger than you've ever imagined will begin to emerge from the water. A massive reptilian creature.
Alright.
Hundreds of feet off of shore first. With almost like it seems like a movement, it'll kind of emerge with the thumping. As then it will start to move forward and raise higher and higher out of the water. And let me just, let's see here. Let's put this in all players. Let me throw this over here. And let's show to players.
Oh my god, it's fucking Godzilla.
It's Godzilla.
Fire Godzilla.
I forgot Pathfinder and Kaiju.
The Pathfinder is kaiju.
I forgot that Pathfinder fucking is Kaiju.
Does that look like something we could take, or is it like a
No!
situation? Yeah.
It's like 300 or 400 feet tall. It literally is a size category outside of you.
Yeah.
It emerges from the water and starts moving past you into the jungle.
Well, have I ever heard any fucking legends about a giant lizard?
Oh boy, let me look up something here. Maybe it would technically be Knowledge Arcana,
I don't. Actually, I do technically have that. I could try to roll it.
or a more difficult local I would take too.
I'll try a local
I'll also try it.
for the hell of it.
I could probably roll you. You probably have a
31.
Arcanist there.
Where's this nerd at?
So someone could roll like an Arcana on an Arcanist.
It's a 35.
Okay.
It's hot Godzilla.
Excuse me?
I said what I said.
Godzilla's always hot.
Sorry,
Yeah, don't
you're right.
shame Godzilla.
Yeah, you're right.
He's a hard-working
Godzilla's running
dad,
sexy
alright?
cat.
I didn't fucking recognize your. I apologize. I said immediately.
You've seen what his son looks like. You respect Godzilla some more.
Yeah, put some respect on his name.
Hmm. Let's see here. Does anybody want to roll Arcana to assist Jacub?
I can, I guess.
I cannot.
Anybody else trained in it?
I do help.
I could try to make a DC 10.
Go
to
ahead.
assist. I don't make it.
Anybody else?
You could try to make DC 10.
You can try to make a DC can. You can try to assist. I'll grant it to you.
No.
Yaalkol.
Nice.
DC 10, Yaalkol. I believe in you.
It all comes down to this. Oh my god.
It's above a 10.
He knows
He
his shit.
knows it.
He knows.
I'm going to tell you, Jacub doesn't know what this is, but he knows what kind of thing it is. These are beasts of legend. None have been heard on this side of the world. Period.
All right.
Like,
Come back when we're level 20.
most of these things have been heard in stories and tales across other areas of the world, places that are very far from people. Even though the Moangi expanse being a pretty, like, primal area, nothing like this has been heard in the area. Like, Tien has been known for stories of, like, these creatures. And a couple other across the world. They are akin to, like, walking divine creatures. Almost walking divinity. They're so powerful. Even though...
Walking catastrophe.
That too. But the thing is, Jacub will reassure you that, like, most of these tend to not care. They're different than they're different than the spawn of I can't remember the exact name, but whatever the Tarrasque is.
Rovagu or whatever.
Yeah, the spawn of Ravagu are known as walking disasters because they specifically haunt humanity.
Like a god of destruction.
Yeah, and things like the Tarrasque are. So this is something that would probably be akin to the Tarrasque, but these things are strange as they are creatures that don't bother people. Traditionally. Granted, if your city is in their way, well...
It might
My
walk
city.
Yeah.
Can't
But
really do anything.
I think we're too small for it to even consider us food.
It probably
No, I
doesn't
mean,
even
when I
understand
eat
you
food,
exist. Yeah.
Yeah.
we're nothing. Like, imagine it'd be like you.
And a flea.
It'd be you eating half an ant.
Yeah. Why is this thing here? You honestly don't know, but it is
He probably
very...
likes the water.
It would
It
make
likes
it
the hot water.
it would make it more remote than most places. An area that seems very controlled, but is in fact also remote. That might be why. No one would come here. They like remote areas, and they absorb. They don't
Primal
eat
energy?
things. They absorb primal energy in some way.
Like a lake of fire, some might ponder.
Possibly. Also, like, honestly, these things are like Jacub also said. These things are thought to be sleep for large periods of time and be awake.
Literally Godzilla.
This thing is just active.
Right.
Well,
So that's unexpected.
I cast my spell, so we have 20 minutes of the fire protection. If we did just want to continue moving on,
I mean,
Yeah,
that would
log it.
help if it decided to breath weapon you.
I feel like it wouldn't matter.
I feel like that wouldn't actually help. I feel like we just
I have
instantly die.
stats.
Maybe
Maybe
protection.
we don't. Can we not? Can you not
Protect-
stat this thing?
So
No.
maybe
This is. I didn't stat this thing. Pathfinder did.
Yeah, can you just like close that tab? I feel like
Can you roll the breath weapon
avoid
just so we
that
can
one.
see?
Yeah, how many
Sure.
dice does it get?
It gets.
Maybe protection from energy might save us.
It might save you, but probably not. Let me roll the 2 sets of elemental dice it does.
Oh, that's
no,
never
we're-
mind. We're done. That's
So
it.
here would be the fire damage.
Ah,
Oh, I'm sorry,
no.
that was D20. That's D20. I'm sorry. That's not.
Oh,
the
What about to
20d10.
say,
yeah.
dude? Holy shit.
That's the fire damage.
Right.
Oh.
That's the force damage. And you'd be staggered for 1 turn.
Well, I'd live the first one.
Well, if we were protected from fire, we would take no
That's
damage from the fire.
I'd
So
survive.
most of
I
us would live.
Yeah.
All of us would live.
Yeah.
Also,
and then die as soon as it started doing something.
oh
again.
god, yes. If it would pay
It
attention
just
to you.
steps on you.
Also, what's really funny about it, I love this guy. He can breath weapon as an attack of opportunity.
Can you say that again?
Why did they make
That's a
these?
joke. That's
I
a
have-
joke.
I have to actually wonder why these were made.
So like, you're not supposed to fight these at like you're supposed to fight these with mythic levels.
They're supposed to be story pieces, basically.
what
They're creatures.
CR is it?
28.
So like,
Also,
Okay.
I will
that
note,
feels about right.
you don't know,
can kill it.
if you want to research it, this is Mogaru, the king of... This is basically Pathfinder's Godzilla. Last time it was seen was in Tien. Why is it here?
Yeah, that's an excellent question. You know,
That's
well,
like
he's come to this specific island to fight a lobster man, like in that one movie.
he's
Maybe
fighting
you want-
Waffle tomorrow.
Maybe he wants to eat a frog human.
Honestly, if one of you could make a DC 35 sing check, you could befriend him.
I could try to dance.
He's
Honky
susceptible to
bark.
song.
Conkybar could befriend this man.
If I could
Uh-huh.
to cast tongs and roll that diplomacy, that could work.
Yes, you can... It's the funny thing that you can use song to basically use suggestion on him.
Well, I mean,
No, a
Make-
high-level bard could
sense.
befriend it, maybe.
Yeah.
yeah, you know,
Godzilla
I mean,
babies?
he's not quite Gamera, so he's not a friend of children. He's a friend of Bard.
Yeah, it's supposed to be
Okay.
like a combination of it. You know, it's sort of like a little bit
No.
of Gamera, a little bit of thing.
We're walking away from this.
So
Yeah,
we
we're-
just
Oh,
we head
it moves
towards-
by you onto the island somewhere.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to trail behind it.
So we're heading wherever the thing is
Where's
leading
the
us. We have
bird leading us?
Kind of towards where it's going.
Oh fuck!
Well, that's look.
Oh, we'll follow behind it. It's going to clear
Yeah.
a path for
It's
us.
all right. We'll go there, and then the robot from that one Godzilla movie will be there, and then he'll fight him.
Mm-hmm.
Mecha Godzilla.
So
And then they'll team
Godzilla's
up.
gonna fight
No,
him.
Jet Jaguar.
Yeah.
Then we
So
have to fight both of them.
And then they'll
with
team
our
up and kick our
we-
ass.
we move with haste with our 20 minutes of fire resistance.
Certainly. The good news is this thing, unlike a red dragon, doesn't have a fire aura like around it. That's good news. You can be around it, and not just melt like a red dragon would do. Good news.
Well, that's why you always fight red dragons with protections.
Yeah.
It's kind of necessary to fight a dragon.
This thing will certainly be heading for the volcano and seem to climb its way into the volcano.
We don't have to go in that volcano, right?
Let's find out. You wanted to do this, Misty.
Well, you can't really predict the.
No, I'm not blaming
Nah.
you. I'm just.
No one expects Fire Godzilla.
No one expects a giant lizard.
The bird will take you towards the edge of the volcano.
Damn.
But fortunately, will not take you up the volcano. Up where the
Thank
thing
Christ.
Oh, thank God.
Thank Besmara.
So fortunately, you don't have to follow it up to the caldera where it went over the side and into whatever's in the center of the volcano.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah.
Kind of want to know what it's doing.
Lava bath.
Honestly, they
Kind of want to know.
I will tell you, specifically, this thing has the ability that any energy that's blocked by its resistances or immunity heals it. Guess what it's immune to? Fire!
Yeah.
It's also resistant to, like, everything else, so, I mean, honestly.
Maybe that's also why it's attracted to this area.
It likes the warmth. I imagine,
Yeah.
like it hibernates, like how like Godzilla hibernates in nuclear.
It is still on the other side of the world, which is weird. Than where it should
That's a little weird, yeah.
be. Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like that's just like something we just can't even do anything about. So why care?
No. And it's not threatening anyone out here, so...
Yeah.
Let it have its vacation spot. Maybe it's migrating every couple hundred years.
1,000 years. who
Maybe
knows?
this is its
Yeah.
nest.
But,
Don't say that, Chester. Chester, don't say that.
Yeah, it's-
Why would you say that?
It's
Why
like
would
the
you?
hit 1990s Godzilla movie where Godzilla had a bunch of children.
Yes.
Godzilla is female, confirmed.
Well, that movie's not canon.
Anyway.
Godzilla asexually reproduces.
Where's the bird taking us?
So we're at the edge of the
taking you
caldera.
to up the side of the volcano,
Side of it, okay.
to kind of a little off to the side, to what looks to be a strange kind of outcropping, which at first doesn't look like anything, but eventually you can kind of see that there seems to be some kind of cave, maybe an old lava tube that leads into the side of the mountain. It seems to be taking you there.
Well, who wants to go in first?
Fuck it, let's go.
Yeah, sure. Head in.
All right.
Do we still have the resistances up, or has this been longer than 20 minutes?
Probably longer than 20 minutes now.
Okay.
Like, surprisingly, the massive creature caused some damage to the jungle, but not a huge amount of it. It seems as though...
It's in the same spot every time.
Yeah. And the trees themselves, most of them are fairly tall still. So it's sort of like... It's like still at, like, waist height. So it's kind of like pushing through them and stuff a lot of times. Even though it's like... Again, the trees I said, like, they're like... Well, maybe not waist height, because this thing is like...
I'd say waist height, that's like...
Kaiju are between 100 and 200 feet in height, approximately. So Mogru's like 200 feet tall. So like I said, they're like 100-foot tall jungle trees. So they're like waist, Yeah. Halfway above, halfway up it. They are bipedal mostly. So it is walking on two legs with big old claw hands. Anyway, you will make it to. You kind of dive deep into this cave, following the bird, and you can feel that this is indeed pretty hot here. You're in a volcano that to a degree is active. But eventually at the end of a long kind of hall will be a set of metal doors.
Those are going to be hot.
I'll cast another resist energy. This is my last one for today. I still have protection.
Okay.
Seems like a reasonable time.
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, there could be something on the other side of these doors.
So, we are all protected for another 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
How are we going to open these doors?
How big are the doors?
With a Nox, with our...
This lava tunnel was probably approximately like 20-foot round. So the doors are probably like 20-foot tall.
Are they like glowing red at all or anything?
No.
What what metal are they made of?
Good question.
Adamantine trapdoor.
Not adamantine trapdoor.
They
but
could be also
I was going to say
natural.
they were adamantine.
It was...
How much are they
Good meme.
worth?
Good meme.
A lot more than a trapdoor.
Does Adventure Path give their fucking worth value?
No!
That's an excellent question. How are we going to open these?
We have a time of opening.
We also could make Yaalkol big and watch him struggle.
Well, we're kind of on a time limit for the
Just
spell.
do the top shine, that makes sense, and then we don't have to
20
touch
or
the doors.
Yeah, fine.
Cha-ching, cha-ching.
See,
I
the
ring
chime
the time
of
of
opening.
opening.
There is a kind of like a lot of noise of like grinding metal against metal as the doors kind of almost start moving to life at your magic. And it does take, it's more than just like a quick like slide open. It's a very slow kind of like, it kind of peels open. And surprisingly, the air seems almost odd on the other side. It's not hotter, but you kind of get this like wave of like coming out from inside. As if it's been kind of sealed separately.
Oh, like stale air.
Yeah.
Alright, okay.
Beyond it is metal hallway. It is completely dark.
I put on my night vision goggles, aka my goggles at night.
Okay.
I cast light on an object.
Here, one of my buttons again. I'll take the lead.
Okay.
You glow like a fairy.
Or my
and I
feather.
guess-
You can target my feather.
I do. I put it on your feathers. There you go.
Okay.
I have one cast on me so I can see.
Alright, you can move forward down the metal hall.
God, I'm worried.
I've got my gun at the ready,
Okay.
in case anything decides to rock up.
I have my sword out.
Hostily.
As you begin to walk down the hall, these
We're like-
strange kind of glass tubes this side will burst forth with light. Inside each of the center of them seems to be a kind of flame glowing that seems to animate as you approach it. A kind of almost bluish flame that kind of gives a strange color
Interesting.
Are they alive?
It just seems like almost like a glass tube with fire in the center of it that kind of glows throughout the tube and produces light.
Tube for a moment, I do briefly cast Detect Magic.
Does seem to be some kind of magical effect.
I would reach out to touch it. Unless
Don't touch anything.
It's a glass tube, Yaalkol.
Please don't touch. For once, please don't touch anything.
I just think that touching things generally makes them do something, and I prefer when things do something.
Let me finish my stuff. And I will focus on this for I will focus on this for the whole 3 rounds.
Okay. I need. Can you pick Detect Magic for me? Just want to check what you know for fully.
Not a lot.
The strength is the biggest one.
The strength is the one I wanted to know mostly.
It would probably be not super strong. Okay. I would put it on the probably honestly still the lowest level, like for 0 to 3rd, I think level.
Okay.
So
okay.
Like an
ever-burning flame. Continual flame.
It probably something similar to a continual flame. Seems more powerful than a continual flame, but something similar to it. Maybe like a because continual flame is a 3rd level version of continual flame for a sorcerer wizard. Or maybe it might be higher level for a cleric, but this seems more arcane, honestly.
Arcane, okay.
Yeah. In nature.
Okay. Alright, well, we proceed.
Definitely magical.
In we ride.
Eventually, the hallway will kind of turn to a set of stairs that lead upwards. You can follow the stairs. Again, all this entire area is made of metal. And you can tell that the metal isn't as hot as you would think it is being inside an active volcano. But this metal's different than the doors you saw. The doors were probably recognizable at your level as those doors looked adamantine. They were big, thick adamantine doors. Certainly, that's a pretty good seal for an area. But the metal here is something different. Do I have your knowledge history?
I think I might.
Is it like cold iron?
No, Jacub, let me check.
I have knowledge history. I don't have a great one, but I can try.
History.
Jacub has
roll
knowledge
Jacub.
history. I'll roll for this nerd.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
Fucking nerd.
Fucking nerd.
So, the thing is, Jacub will kind of take a look here and be like, 32 is enough to identify that these ruins seem kind of some kind of strange living Aslant ruins, which is unusual.
Can you repeat that?
These are Aslant, as the Aslanti.
Oh, fuck.
And this is alive, still magically active. Aslant ruins normally have nothing left over of a lot of their magic. It's very rare that you find one that has active magic still in its system.
I don't think, when this is said, I don't think Revia gets the significance.
Anybody out there that doesn't know, Golarion is a post-apocalyptic world. Aslant was basically future us.
This is the humans before the Starfall or whatever, right?
This is the humans from before the Starfall. They did battle with the Thessalonians, and the Cyclops Empire would have been around the same time that had dealt deals. So the thing is, honestly, having an Aslant base might make sense, because remember, the Cyclops Empire held control of the Shackles. Maybe they were watching them. That might have been a reason for this here.
Didn't the Shackles break because of Earthfall, though?
A lot of shit happened because of Earthfall.
Golarion got really fucked up.
Yeah, but the Shackles wasn't an island chain back then. It was
there's a reason why, there are magic weapons which are just, I found a laser gun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because there was a civilization that had things like that.
God,
Is it before Eredin or is this after Ered? Or was Eredin before or after?
I think this is
Aslan.
before.
Yeah, I think that's before Eredin, because Eredin was the living god, and I think he came about post Starfall.
And then he got assassinated. Yeah, I think he was after Earth. Is it Starfall or Earthfall?
I can't remember what.
Well, Eredin was. It's Earthfall.
Yeah, Earthfall.
Eredin was the last.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
That's what he. Yeah, that's why. That's where
he
it
is
comes
the
from.
last
He's the last
of
is
them.
land. Yeah, and he was a living god, and then Iomedae became a god.
Yeah.
So technically speaking, some Aslanti survived by traveling into the cosmos, so they're actually out there because some Starfinder stuff deals
But
with
he
them,
was
too.
the last Aslanti that was on Glory.
Yeah.
Also, elves are also aliens.
Yeah, Pathfinder is so sci-fi that you
Yeah,
don't
but
even
they're
believe it.
native aliens, okay?
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, they could have been from here, left to the other planet, and came back here, or they just came here. You never know. I don't know.
Doesn't matter for this, because this is far more than our characters can ever comprehend.
Yeah,
The idea of space.
and this basically
Final
is,
Frontier?
and so think about this. Basically, you're like, this is some neat spell. It's really probably some kind of magic tech, basically, as he is creating this.
Okay.
Yeah, but you don't know that because it just looks like a more powerful continual
magic,
What
flame.
you'll see is Misty will kind of put her gun away and pull out a notebook and just start taking notes.
Yeah.
On kind of the architecture and engineering she can see.
Mm-hmm.
Can we take notes after we secure the place so the spells don't run out?
Well, we can walk and take. We can walk and note.
Walk and note. Walk.
This is a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Getting to the top of the stairs.
It probably won't end anytime soon.
Once you get to the top of the stairs, waiting for you will be a metallic creature that seems to have like noticeable cogs and gears built into its form. Greetings. Welcome. Apologies. The master would have met you, but he is indisposed, and there is much going on with the beast.
What language is it speaking?
Elden?
All of you will recognize it as whatever you feel is your most.
Fuck, so I'm hearing this dude in
tongues.
Infernal.
Yeah, you're hearing this guy in Infernal. Whatever is your technically what your most native language would be is what you're hearing it in.
Common.
Is it?
Town.
I'm trying to think. This would be weird for me being a half elf.
Yeah.
Your choice then.
Every other word is Elven.
I mean,
Yeah.
did you grow up in more of an elven society or a more?
No, it's human, but like I naturally learn Elven because half elf.
Parents
Yeah, but
taught you.
I think
Right.
I think you'd be then more.
It'd probably be whatever is most commonly spoken in the Shackled. So it'd be
Which is
Paladin.
Tal'Din Common is still pretty.
I'm kind of whispering.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking in Infernal to the rest of you.
No.
Oh, it's probably a tongue spell.
Yes,
I have
my
that, so that's why I know
language.
it's not.
My language is being translated for you to understand. Please
What's
What's
follow
your
me.
language?
Okay.
Oh yes, I'll follow you. Is there anything dangerous in here?
May I take notes? of
That
things
is not for me to decide. The creature is the most dangerous thing at the point, but it is not threatening the facility.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, but there's nothing like there's no like rabid robots down here or
Just
rabid
what is
constructs down
what's
here.
the robot?
Why would there be anything?
Red construct.
Only the
I don't
current
know.
master of our facility is the one that would create something so dangerous, and none of us have been lost from his control.
Well, let's get moving. It's a very lovely
We're
place out here.
walking. We're walking.
We proceed.
So what you'll be led to is eventually there'll be another door. This one not made of like adamantine, but the same kind of metal that the floor is, and you'll open up to what looks to be a kind of glass tunnel that is in front of you, which you will see like there seems to be a strange, almost kind of bubble that this glass tunnel is kind of like. There's a hard way to describe it. You have a glass tunnel leading to some kind of massive facility and there seems to be a strange kind of bubble, and then all that is surrounded by magma.
This is horrifying.
This is incredible.
This is incredibly horrifying.
I've seen such engineering.
Most systems were damaged before the current master came and repaired it as best he could. His knowledge was not up to that of the old masters, but he was able to patch together most of us. We were able to supplement what little knowledge he had with our knowledge of repairing our systems.
So, what do you do here?
Our previous objectives were eliminated. Currently, our objective is to serve the current master.
Is he alive?
I cannot define that.
Is he still moving around?
Yes.
Is he in a flesh body or like a you body?
Is he like us or like you?
He is both like us and like you.
Oh fuck, it's the Mechanicus.
It's like part
Yeah,
rope,
yep, this
part
Mechanicus.
construct? Weird. Maybe like the inevitable. That's what the thing was that we met?
Yes.
Inevitable.
I know how to game. My character
Yeah.
less knowledgeable on the creatures than I am. With my 0 knowledge skills.
He's this way.
Yeah, lead on. Construct, dude.
We'll lead you outside of the kind of glass tunnel into yet another set of doors, which seem to be into this building proper. There seems to be a massive main hall, which you can obviously tell that this place saw better days. There's not like a massive amount of damage or ruins, but there certainly seems to have been like damage over the years that much of it not really repaired, but I'd say patched and maintained. Mm-hmm. You can still see parts where there's been like large sections of the structure damaged. Places that probably whatever repairing is less critical. Like, there's a hole in the ceiling that leads to another floor over there. Well, if no one's using that floor there or that part of the ceiling, and it's not critical, they haven't repaired it. You know. There's a number more of these clockwork men, I would call them almost. They seem unusual. Knowledge Arcana.
I could assist.
Yeah. I could try to
Jacub.
assist.
Jacob certainly could roll this if you want him to roll it.
Yeah, I'll roll for Mr. Jacub, and I'll also roll just to see if I can get any information.
Okay.
No, I'm too fucking like
flabbergasted,
wonderstruck
I feel like
by this engineering.
I'm incapable of assisting.
So certainly Jacob can identify this thing as some kind of clockwork soldier, but it looks what it is like there are parts of it that are beyond his knowledge of constructs, and it looks like whatever those parts are, they've been supplemented with clockwork. Like a more advanced robotic creature was fixed with clockwork. Magical clockwork. That's the best way I can compare it that we would know about it. That's hard to describe to your characters. Some kind of different construct was repaired with clockwork components.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way that Jacob would describe it. He can't identify whatever kind of construct it was before it was repaired, but certainly like the clockwork sections are very noticeable. Reminds him of the clockwork soldier type constructs, which are he's heard about those. They're clockwork constructs are a entire field of construct creation. Slightly different than golems.
You know, sometimes I curse you lots for hiring me, but today is not one of those days.
You do love us.
You'll be led eventually through a number of smaller halls into a large chamber. In the center of the chamber is a what looks to be a number of tubes or wires that seem to be converging from a lot of places, attached to a kind of center spot, of which then there seems to be a elderly gentleman hooked into whatever this is. You can see that the man obviously has had some supplements and augmentations. His one arm seems to be made of clockwork and sort of clockwork. It seems very similar to these other clockwork golems that are a mixture of something more advanced and clockwork. Except it looks like he's got a bunch of tools and stuff attached to it. So, the outside world has finally found me.
Yes, I'll present the bird.
Huh. I never thought I'd see that thing again. I sent it out even before I discovered this place. Last bit of my ingenuity, my tools, my leftover parts. I could have gone with the others, but well, something about this island seemed interesting and different and away from the world. In a moment of loneliness, I sent that out. But then I discovered this, and I've since learned much. Well, travelers, you've come following my bird. What is it you want from me? I have much problems to deal with. That stupid beast is playing around in the lava lake.
Well,
Seem
we
to be
came
harmony.
here following a legend, but I'm not sure what to think anymore.
Legend? Is that what I've become?
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
A tale told by old sailors.
Interesting.
This is certainly more befitting than a tale told in a tavern.
What do the tales tell you?
I'll repeat the tale.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because I don't
The legend.
remember personally.
I'll pull it up. The Lost Messenger is this one?
Yes.
Lost Messenger, yeah.
A long time ago, there's once a renowned jeweler and clockmaker. And people, his work to bring wonder and elation to the hearts of the people. Found renown in his crafts. Blah, blah, blah. He was exiled to the shackles without purpose. He found himself a pirate to fix anything, and he would tinker away, make inventions, pieces of art. One day, ship ran aground on a coral reef. The crew tried to escape and were forced to find supplies on a nearby isle. The island was little support to the crew. Managed overcame them, blah, 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 blah. You locked yourself in the workshop or something, and then, your bird flew into the jungle, and then you sent it for help, and then, it was, we're at lost somewhere, I guess, and then it's been kind of floating about.
That mostly seems correct, but... I don't think I was necessarily exiled from where I went. No, I ran into some issues. It turns out, my ability to create and mix constructs with magic was something unique. My clockwork men are, the initial basis of them was something that was many people jealous of it. I, of course, only created them out of wonder, of curiosity, developing something different. But the lord of where I was coveted it. And so I exiled myself. I would not make weapons of war. My things were purely to defend myself and for the curiosity of it. Granted, my time as a pirate did change my mind a little. I began to understand what it meant to fight to live. I found friends, companions. Of course, I watched many of them die upon this island. The creatures here are savage and mean. Mostly seek to do... to devour that which they can. I'm sure you've seen some of them.
Yeah.
Well,
Giant frog.
Merely a start of everything that is out here.
Yes, the one slumbering in the volcanic crater currently is...
A nuisance.
That's
So-
the word for it.
Are you trapped here?
No. Well,
I think you kind of want to be here, right?
I am far more ancient than my body should let up. The supplements of the ancient Aslant magic here, and my own clockwork knowledge allow me to continue survival. But I know not long that will last. I have no way of truly transferring my mind to a clockwork body that is magic beyond my knowledge. I can supplement myself and keep me alive for as long as I need. Perhaps to create more great works, or succeed at some great knowledge that is lost. I don't really know which direction I wish to choose for.
Oh.
You'll actually kind of, I guess, probably notice. Misty's usually like very straight-faced, in control. That's none of that's present. She's absolutely wide-eyed in wonder of these constructs.
I have perhaps discovered maybe not more than any one would know, but many know. Secrets of the Aslant are not, well, perfectly known to me, but I have discovered many of them. Many hidden wonders that are spread about this place. Things lost in the great catastrophes of old and the fall of an empire. Magics and sciences once thought gone. Many of them are beyond my comprehension, but I study nonetheless. The mechanical beings here that I have repaired using my knowledge of clockwork and my magics, well, they give me information they can. I was surprised many of them had, well, minds. A strange thing, don't you think? Mechanical men with minds. Have you ever heard of it? Well,
Certainly not.
I mean, no stranger than yourself or myself. We're a bunch of meat with minds.
but yes. The magic or whatever ability to create these things has gone beyond my basic knowledge. I have, well, done my best to understand what it is and why they are this way. My efforts are a mixed bag. Certainly I try to learn more and understand more. I can repair them, bring them back to life, so to say. Creating new minds, well, that's been beyond me so far. They have been kind and seem to see me as some sort of savior to them, helping them maintain this place. Lost hidden temple in the lava. I assume, from what I've learned, that of course, war between the Aslant and the Cyclops was the reason for this, to observe the ancient Cyclops Empire, hidden in a volcano where they perhaps couldn't meet, and the natural energies of the lava blocked most magics. The energy here, and the magic of this volcano, are probably another reason that strange beast has showed up. At least as of recent. It's been around here for about, I don't know, 5 or 6 years. Just showed up one day. It's been bothersome ever since. So far we haven't been threatened by it, but I keep watching it, and every time it shows up in the lake, well, structural stability is threatened. Means it takes us no kind. So now you know my story. Who are you all?
Well, I don't speak for the rest of these, but I am a pirate. I am an engineer by trade.
Oh, I'm just a pirate.
In my youth, I would have said those two things separate. But certainly, given my years and my experience as one myself, I did, of course, learn the similarities, the connections between pirate and, of course, engineer. What do you think of the marvels that you've seen here?
They're beautiful. I've never seen anything like it, and the thought of these being turned into weapons is revolting to me. These are better than weapons.
Certainly. These creatures here, I would not see go to battle. Not again. Perhaps they were soldiers, or workers, or I know not what the Aslant used them for. They do not speak to me of those things. Their history seems either lost to them, or beyond what they'll discuss, even with their new master. There seems that perhaps their old master has some form of hold still on them. But yes, it might be lifetimes beyond what I can spend here before I would learn everything here. It's unfortunate that the Aslant had thousands of years to develop this, and I have merely, one half a lifetime to learn what I can from it.
Yeah, kinda sucks. So what's your plan? He's gonna stick around here?
I have an out of character question.
Sure.
We have this dude's granddaughter on our boat, right?
You have...
We have some lady who does clockwork.
The granddaughter of his apprentice.
Of his
Yes,
apprentice. Okay.
Yeah.
Apprentice. Yes.
Okay.
Because so I also before I offer this, I was thinking of trying to offer him a place on our island. I don't think he's gonna take it. I think he's gonna probably stick around here.
I feel like moving him would be quite difficult.
The magical systems that probably
Yeah.
keep this place floating probably have been hooked into his body, you think, to, help support it.
This guy is, hooked into this facility.
Yeah. He basically replaced
is
a few
this
parts
facility.
he replaced a few parts of his body with clockwork materials that have been supplemented with probably Aslanti technology he doesn't even understand.
Yeah, man's a cyborg. Man's tech.
Yeah.
40k.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
He just basically, weirdly made himself a primitive cyborg using, stuff. He's like, I can fix this with some magical clockwork. Cool.
Do you want to mention the...
Yes, I think we do.
What are you talking about?
We met your apprentice.
The one who fixed the bird.
Really? Still alive?
Still practicing. He's quite old now.
I would think.
Even insulted.
I'm quite old now.
He even insulted our mage. He said you can't be a you can't be a pirate and a craftsman.
An unfortunate lesson that he never had a chance to learn the correction of. Piracy was always a mixture of both beauty and violence. It was a time to be free. To live life outside of the constructs of society, what we wanted to do. I could practice my art and my skill in my free time while assisting my brethren and gaining wealth, treasure, happiness. I'm afraid my apprentice never learned that. So, if you ask me what my plans would be, well, I would not change them from meeting another. I have no reason to at this point in time. I have merely just met travelers that have found their way to my place. I would continue my research and my understanding of all that is here. The best I can.
Sounds fine.
Perhaps this place will fall once I die. I don't know how much longer it would maintain, but maybe for centuries after I'm gone, it'll continue to maintain itself with the repairs I've done. But when I arrived here, it was on the verge of collapse. The protective magics that kept the lava at bay was failing. First, James over there, he doesn't actually have a name, I call him James. The one that found you.
That's his name then, right? I mean,
Steve the Golem.
They don't understand themselves to have names, nor do they accept and listen to what I give them. I just call them that. Seems as though names don't matter to them. Anyway, James there, the first one I managed to get working. It was actually partially conscious, unlike many of the others, which had to require much more repairs with my clockwork construct abilities before they could even return to semblance of life. With his assistance, I was able to at least keep this place going at the first. So. What do you want from me? You visited. Grant. And it has been a long time since I've seen visitors. It's interesting to hear that my wayward apprentice still lives. I'm glad.
His granddaughter is traveling with us as well. She seems to have an interest in Clockwork.
More so than he. Always took after the jewelry side of things.
Seems so more so than he.
Could you bring them to me?
I don't see it as an issue. I think we could.
yeah.
I would be
Take a
interested
little
in
time.
speaking with her. Before you go, though, this seems oddly charitable. Not that I haven't found and seen pirates with the hearts of gold. Certainly, my own crew tried to, be the better beings when it came to piracy. Rob those that seem like they need to. Don't kill unnecessarily. That sort of thing.
Yeah, I would consider us ethical pirates, as ethical as you could be.
You keep to a code. So what are you? Pirates of a code? Why offer this to me?
Most because we're kind of already here, and I kind of want to just see what, what goes on. And I'm going to be real. We just think we'll probably get something out of it.
It's not a lie. Truth be told, when I first heard of legendary Clockwork maker, I had always wondered if one could repair my own issues, and Myste kind of pat the wooden peg leg.
That?
I lived with this for quite a while, and
He'll kind of lift his arm. Easy enough.
yeah.
If that's something you require and you would wish for, I might be willing to help with that. Certainly. Chatting with the blood relative of an old acquaintance would be worthy a trade. I'm sure I have plenty of pieces of old units that no longer breathe life. But is that all you want?
Well, if you're offering, do you have any cool stuff that we could take? Or
Anything that would be useful for a ship.
yeah, or killing really dangerous enemies that not that type of dangerous. Point up vaguely, like killing humans.
A
Yeah,
pirate
gotta
that
deal-
wants these two dead.
Yeah, well, he enslaved us, and then he got all mad about it, and then we did intentionally antagonize him because it was really funny.
I mean, does this guy have to know the whole backstory? I don't.
No, that was just it. That was like 2 sentences.
You don't really have that deep backstory.
No, it's not that complicated. He enslaved us, and then we made fun of him.
It's pretty cut and dry.
Yeah, he's kind of a dick. Anyways,
Yeah, that. We're just, if you got something to help with that, that'd be cool.
I might be able to help on a little bit of at least one of those fronts. Ship, you say? I think I can do some things to help a ship out. Certainly. As for a weapon or something that would help you, I can think on that. Does sound like you're dealing with a very dangerous individual, an enslaver of men. Certainly there were pirates like that in my day, and I guess you're never going to get rid of them.
Yeah, he's got an evil cleric, Luxcara. She worships, I forget what god. And then, like, a sea witch called Gilbrock the Tongue, which is, like, a horrible name.
It's a pretty standard witch name, honestly.
I gotta be honest, also, this is, like, more information than I really need about your backstory.
Yeah, I know, I've been thinking about this for, like, weeks.
In your journal where you told Yaalkol not to give too much information.
Hey.
I'm kind of glad because she's just been telling me this stuff a lot, and I'm not retaining any of it. And so it's good for her to be able to have an outlet to someone else to be able to talk to you about this stuff.
But,
the tongue, why? Sorry, it's been getting to me. My bad. Yeah, we can get the lady. No problem.
Yes.
Excellent. All right. Why don't we leave it here? I'm just gonna
fucking Henry's gonna come back real confused, dude.
Yeah. We're in an Aslant ruin somehow.
We're in
near Godzilla.
There's a Godzilla sleeping above us. We're in an ancient sci-fi ruin. The Omnissiah is currently present in front of us.
Yeah. And you're gonna get some stuff from him.
We'll get some cool clockwork parts, I guess.
You want like a cyber leg?
Hell yeah, I want a cyber leg.
Because he has like cybernetic clockwork legs, so it's like...
Goddamn right I want a cyber leg.
Hey, this is a win.
He basically has been taking like androids and like super androids and like repairing them with clockwork. He's somehow figured out a way to combine magical clockwork and weird Aslanti technology. And it really doesn't work great, but he makes it work.
Man, like...
Better than what Myste has right now.
Man, if I had picked, like, the hook hand, man, I'd have, like, a fucking cyborg arm.
Uh-huh.
You wouldn't have been able to shoot very well.
Actually, when you take the trait, you get none of the penalties of having a prosthetic. Except for the obvious of you can't hold a two-handed sword because you've got one hand.
Honestly, I can just give you, like, even though you have one leg, you can have, like, the bonuses of a cyber leg. Sure, why not?
That's fair.
You know.
What is that?
That is an actual thing. There's an actual cyber tech section in equipment.
Yes.
Cyber
fucking exists in Pathfinder.
What the fuck?
Yes. So there are whole subclasses dedicated to this shit.
Cybernetic arm? Double carry capacity? Holy shit.
There are straight up entire subclasses dedicated
brain?
to stuff.
Yeah. Look, there's the technology guide, which is basically like, hey, if you want to deal with like the weird ancient technology that exists and stuff here, you can delve into it.
There's an
Plus 10 land speed?
There's an entire Gunslinger subclass dedicated to using specifically the laser weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that in Numeria?
I think so.
Numeria also has some
Barbarian lands.
Yeah, because I think there's a lot of ancient ruins in Numeria.
That's correct.
There's crashed spaceships too and shit.
There is a gigantic crashed spaceship too, because I believe that was like during Earthfall, it was like damaged, and so it crashed to the planet during that time thing or something. You know, a lot of stuff happened.
Yeah. Usual stuff. You know.
I keep saying, it's the one thing people don't really think about Galarian. It seems like such a normal world for like a nice medieval, like Renaissance world.
Yeah, dude. I mean, like
no,
right next to generic
crazy.
Fantasy Kingdom number 5, there's an AI that wants to become God and take over the world. There's a fucking adventure path about it.
Yeah. There is an AI that wants to become God.
You can travel to literal real world Russia and kill Rasputin.
Chip.
French is just a language you can take in Pathfinder.
I really do.
It is real.
Pathfinder.
Wirejack tendons, Mark III.
Yep.
Pathfinder. It's got some really weird shit. That's why I could like bring in
Some of this stuff almost seems like straight out of Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
or Shadowrun. They did like do a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Look, I was gonna do something else as the big monster, but then I was thinking I could do something a little cooler. Let's just have Fantasy Godzilla show up, or Galarian Godzilla.
Honestly, I'm gonna be real. Galarian is actually such a sick world. There's just so much
really cool.
memes in it.
It's like we also have Godzilla and a crashed alien spaceship and like ancient super technology.
Yeah, and there's just real France. It's just here. The country of France is just in this world.
Yeah, it's called the Elflands.
I mean, there's a lot.
The perpetual French Revolution is going on right now.
Oh, Gaul.
Yeah.
Oh, I would love to play a game in Gaul and just be like the executioners. Just be like horrible.
Yep, just fucking...
Oh my god, that'd be so. It'd be so fun for like 3 sessions, and then like we just end up ourselves getting murdered.
Of course.
Anyway, why don't we have some shout-outs and stuff, because it looks like we're at our end of our time. Eric, do you have anything to shout out?
No, I enjoyed this session. I am excited to see what is coming with my backstory, but I guess we'll find out more.
True.
Very true. All right, Momo, because we're missing it.
Man, you can catch me here, and you can catch me for discussing tabletop. And dude, I just got a fucking cyborg leg.
Yeah.
I'm a cyberpunk character now.
Yeah.
Like
It
has the statistics, but it looks a little bit more like, because it's like half clockwork. You have to think about so it's got like weird like some gears and cogs stuff sticking out of it too.
You're cyberpunk.
My fucking husband is gonna be so confused.
You've got steampunk leg.
Yeah.
Dude,
You're steampunk.
my husband's gonna be very confused as to why I have a clockwork leg upon returning.
And then Sally, if you think shout out.
No, I don't believe so. Except I'm like school. Yeah.
And then Joe.
I didn't stutter.
I see.
Dude.
That's about it. Got none really.
Okay. Hi, 10th Day of Dracovin. Hope you enjoy next week. But the more, if you want to dive into things, you can. If you don't need to. I'm gonna say that honestly. We'll see what you guys do. For asking for some kind of weapon and some kind of ship things, I've got an idea what you'll get.
Well, I figured the ship thing. He seemed a little bit like anti doing stuff weapon wise with his abilities. That's why I was more oriented.
As he said, when he first left his home and was kind of because it sounds like he was more self-exile. He was a lot more anti-war then, but his time as a pirate kind of made him more like there's a time and a place for weapons.
Yeah.
So it's like he did change his mind a little bit. So it's
all I said is like, hey, weapon, that'd be cool. For the ship, also cool. If you're offering whatever you want to do, dude.
Mm-hmm. But and when we got some things with Yaalkol and Yaalkol's father and grandfather, grandmother, both.
Man, I can't. Yaalkol's got the coolest grandparent, a gender fluid dragon.
Yeah. It's always female in natural form, but it likes shape changing into humanoid forms, and it just keeps changing what humanoid form it's in.
A bisexual, gender fluid dragon based
who honestly is weirdly attracted to humanoids.
I mean, fair.
You know, it happens with dragons, not as much as this one.
Yeah, this dragon's a little. It's around.
Mm-hmm. Just a little bit. But we'll worry about that. And then there's some more stuff that we'll worry about because, you know, we've kind of moved things around. There's also, like, some nice Tritons we'll eventually talk with and a nice tower you'll go to.
Yeah, we need Jacub for the Tritons.
Yeah, that's why I figured, like, you know, it was a good thing you kind of added it. Well, we didn't get all the way there because there was a lot of interesting, exciting things that happened, you know. Kaiju. But my schedule, if you're looking out for it, of course, check out Discussing Tabletop. There will be, unfortunately...
Crap storm of Watson.
Yeah, just, like...
We can't get away from it.
I'm tired and sad, chat.
Everworld.
I really would like to get away from it, but, you know...
I am so dead with the news, I've tuned out of it at this point.
Yeah.
It's the unfortunate thing that there's like, oh, Kobold Press has released stuff about Black Flag. That's nice. That'd be nice to talk about, but then WotC does bad things more and can't stop doing it.
Ooh, what they release Black Flag? Wait.
They didn't release Black Flag, they gave information about it. They they've actually like talked about it now. They had like I saw earlier today there was something like that they had released some information about what was going on with it and stuff like that. Probably like, you know, time frame, some basics about the system. I'm not sure exactly.
Up for the newsletter on that.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what they were talking about, but they were talking about it today and giving some more information. So we do know more about it from Kobold Press. So, and then if you're looking for my morning stuff, finale of Parasite Eve will be on Friday. That'll be nice. I'll finally be done that. And then also, I will play more Shadows Over Loathing, because I really like that game, I'm going to say. I liked West of Loathing. It's fun.
About that one.
Oh, I won't spoil anything. I started Shadows Over Loathing. It's very fun.
I will try to read more. Like today, like my throat was a bit, so I did like skip out on some dialogue, and it's a hard thing to do because like this is a very, very important dialogue because a lot of the humor is in the dialogue. So I'm gonna try to be a little better at that. It's just like, you know, it's also a lot of dialogue. So,
yeah, it's very dialogue heavy game.
It's hard to do it all. So anyway, so that's the schedule for now. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. I hope you enjoyed the show. Come back see us next week, and then just have yourself a great rest of your evening, and we'll be popping off. So farewell, everybody. Just check out all my links and stuff, and you know, if you missed anything, it'll be up here in the VODs, or eventually I'll upload it upload this to YouTube. Should be sometime next week, because I'm doing the Discussing Tabletops right now that I'm catching up on. Just because December was busy and I wasn't uploading, and it'll be edited without the break. So that's it. You know, if you want to miss that out. All right. Bye, everybody. Farewell.
Bye.